Hey everybody, and welcome back to the shop. And today I'm working on this door, and I primed it, so now I'm just going back over it with a straight line sander, which I bought here pretty recently. It's an Ingersoll Rand. I didn't have this to start with, so with a straight line sander, you know you're gonna get flat. So on this door, there's very few flat places. It kind of rounds over like this. So what I've been doing is taking my sander and just going, doing it like this and going across it like that. You can't really go like this with it, but even doing side to side, I can see these low spots here where I sprayed some of that guide coat. Yeah, this guide coat right here. So I sprayed that guide coat on there, and now I can see my high spots, which would be the darker areas because it's going through the primer. This down here on the bottom is still low, and this one's a little bit low. And I don't think I got this corner very good. But the corners kind of round down, so you ain't gonna get flat and get these corners. But I can feel it kind of rough right in here. I see a low spot here and a low spot there. A little bit of low spots right in here, high spots. And then right over here where I come back and filled it, I can see I got a pretty good low spot here with a high spot. But I know this door's rounding down, so if I'm flat across here, this is too high. So I'm gonna keep going down with this area here until I can get it all about the same. But I know this door was bad wavy when I was doing it originally. Of course, I hadn't got up to here yet, so this is all still got. But you can see I've got a pretty good low spot right here. And there is some body filler on these doors. I think it's going to be mostly on this part here for the most part. So I got to figure out. Of course, I've got primer and epoxy and everything over that old body filler because I didn't sand it all the way down to the metal. So under some of this, it could possibly be body filler. So we could go on down till we hit metal and see if this will flatten out any. I can tell I got something going on right here though. It just feels like a little low spot, a little high spot rather right there. Kind of rounds over. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is continue sanding down until I hit metal in these high spots. And once I do that, then I'll know I'm as far down as I can go. And then I can start, figuring out where I need to put a little filler to bring these low spots up. Of course, if it's bad high, I can take a hammer, kind of tap it down. I'm not much good with a body hammer. Like this area right around this key hole here, it's low. And I'm not sure if that ain't meant to be a little bit low right there. But I do remember this being a low spot before. And I think it's some of this is going to be filler. So that's what I'm working on today. It's a beautiful day outside. It's Sunday. I think the high day is going to be 70 next week. It's going to cool off. I think pretty much most of the country is going to be freezing next week. Even down here in Georgia, it's supposed to get down in the 20s and high in the 40s by Thursday evening or Friday. So it's not going to be fit for painting at all this coming up week. So I'm trying to get all I can do today. If I have to, putty it and come back and reprime it this evening, that'd be fine. So anyway, I'll bring you back when I get a little bit further down. Okay, so after my initial sanding down, I've identified some low spots. All these I got circled with this Sharpie. These ain't too bad, these three here, but I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little bit in this area. This one's a little worse down here. This one's kind of bad, and this one's probably the worst one on this part anyway. And then up here, we've got some low spots on both sides of this high spot here. We got one there and one there. And That, as far as I can tell, is all I got. Might be a little bit of a low spot right here. I need to go back and try to sand that back, because I think I might have missed that. A little bit right in this edge here. That is definitely a place that didn't get sanded anyway. So I'm going to hit that, and I'm going to take my DA, and I'm going to grind these down, you know, sand a pretty good size area out on all these circles, and then we'll go back and fill it. Alright, so I got the filler on, and we'll let this dry. I went back and added a little bit on the side here. Had just a little bit of a low spot. And of course I got a high spot right here in the middle of that, so I'm just going to have to sand it out to everything's even. This part here is hard to sand because that kind of, it's not flat, it's kind of beveled a little bit, feels like. Anyway, not the easiest thing in the world to sand. This other should be fairly good though. I should be able to just put that inline sander on here and knock it down flat. And then a few spots I'm going to have to do some etch priming on. I got through the paint on the corners up here, right in there. I'll have to wait for that to dry. So anyway, thanks for watching, and please come back next part. I believe this is 137, so 138, hopefully we'll have this thing reprimed and ready to paint. So please rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't.